Welcome back to the channel. Have you noticed that every time you read a financial headline lately, the magic retirement number seems to get bigger? One year it is $1 million. The next it is $1.4 million. And suddenly headlines claim you need closer to $2 million just to stop working. It feels like someone keeps moving the finish line right as you start gaining momentum. But here is the secret that financial news outlets rarely mention. Those massive, scary blanket figures are designed to grab attention, not reflect your personal reality. Today, we are going to tear down the mystery behind that moving target and look at the actual math. By understanding how this number is constructed, you will see why a generic headline figure probably does not apply to you, and how you can easily calculate your own personal benchmark with confidence. Let us dive right in. To understand why retirement targets exist, we have to look at where the traditional magic number originates. Historically, financial planners relied on the famous 4% rule, which came out of the Trinity study in the 90s. The basic concept suggests that if you withdraw 4% of your total nest egg in your first year of retirement and adjust that amount for inflation each following year, your portfolio has a very high probability of lasting 30 full years. Mathematically, taking 4% out is the exact same thing as multiplying your desired annual spending by 25. So if Maya needs $60,000 a year to cover her lifestyle, she multiplies $60,000 by 25, reaching a target nest egg of $1.5 million. It is an elegant, simple baseline that assumes moderate portfolio growth and stable historical inflation over a standard 30-year timeline. So why has that magic baseline jumped so sharply recently? 3 major economic shifts are pushing the estimate higher. First is healthcare cost inflation, which has consistently outpaced general consumer inflation for decades, forcing retirees to budget significantly more for medical expenses. Second, life expectancies have expanded, meaning a retiree might need their savings to sustain 40 years instead of 30. Third, traditional employer pensions have virtually vanished in the private sector, shifting 100% of longevity risk directly onto individual savers like Maya. When analysts update their models to account for higher medical bills, longer timelines, and zero pension support, they lower the safe withdrawal rate to around 3.2%. That shift forces Maya's multiplier up from 25 to 31, raising her personal target from $1.5 million to nearly $2 million without her spending a single extra dime. Here is where you regain total control over the narrative. Instead of accepting a scary headline, think of your personal retirement target as a 3-dial combination lock. Dial number 1 is your actual annual spending in retirement. If Maya lives in a low-cost area or pays off her housing mortgage, her core living expenses drop dramatically. Dial number 2 is your timeline, meaning when you plan to retire and how many years your money must last. Retiring at age 70 requires a vastly smaller nest egg than retiring at age 45. Dial number 3 is your risk tolerance and expected portfolio yield. Adjusting these 3 dials alters your target number completely. By turning down your annual spending dial through debt freedom or factoring in baseline Social Security benefits, your target number drops by hundreds of thousands of dollars overnight. You are no longer trapped by generic financial rules. Let us put this into practice by calculating Maya's actual real-world number, step by step. First, Maya calculates her actual retirement budget. Instead of needing $60,000, she realizes that without a mortgage, she only needs $40,000 a year. Second, she subtracts guaranteed income. If Social Security provides $15,000 per year, her portfolio only needs to generate $25,000 annually. Third, she applies her multiplier. Using a conservative 4% rule, $25,000 multiplied by 25 gives Maya a real retirement number of $625,000. Compare that custom $625,000 figure to the $2 million headline. By calculating her personal net expenses, instead of relying on generic rule of thumb estimates, Maya cuts her required savings target by more than half, turning an impossible task into an achievable, realistic goal. Finally, there is a massive hidden benefit to boosting your savings right now that goes far beyond hitting a distant retirement date. Most people view saving money as a sacrifice forced upon them to fund their 70s. But building your wealth creates immediate optionality today. As Maya builds her investment capital, every extra milestone she reaches unlocks personal freedom in her present life. A growing portfolio gives her the power to switch to a less stressful job, pivot careers, take a gap year, or work part-time without financial anxiety. You do not have to wait until you reach a multi-million-dollar finish line to enjoy the benefits of your discipline. Your magic number is not a prison sentence or a rigid rule. It is a personalized roadmap designed to give you security, freedom, and total control over your time long before traditional retirement age. As always, appreciate you hanging out today. See you in the next one.